Some lessons only get learned the hard way. This week, we've got 20 exclusive dashcam videos showing the mistakes other drivers made so you can avoid making them yourself. Brandon is the commander of an ambulance squad, and he installed a dashcam in his ambulance. A less experienced medic was driving when a driver ahead appeared to be coming to a stop, but they were actually preparing to turn. The impact sent the car spinning before it rolled backward into the side of a brick building, while the ambulance came to a stop off the road. Incredibly, nobody involved was seriously injured. Brandon clarified that it was the ambulance driver's responsibility to show due regard while en route to an emergency, and his squad ended up paying for the damage to the ambulance. The driver of the car ended up paying for the damage to her vehicle as well as the damage to the building. While no citations were issued, Brandon said this was a tough and expensive lesson for everyone involved. A green light isn't a guarantee. Garrett watched an SUV driver run a red light before colliding with two other SUVs, making a protected left turn. He called 911 and reported the collision, and 5 minutes later, firefighters and paramedics responded. He also checked on the occupants of the involved vehicles and told us none were seriously injured. In fact, the driver of the black SUV that had taken the strongest hit was walking around and talking to first responders. Brandon emailed a copy of his dashcam footage to one of the responding police officers for use in their collision investigation. He also let us know that he and his wife both get a kick out of watching our videos. While DeSoto was waiting for an opportunity to pass a slow semi-truck on a remote desert highway, one of the truck's tires suddenly exploded. When DeSoto heard the bang and saw the cloud of dust as the tire blew apart, he quickly took evasive action to avoid any flying debris. Remember that opportunity to pass he'd been waiting for? Well, he found it. Keep your eyes on the road. Christ told us he was looking down to skip a song when the pickup driver ahead of him, who was towing a trailer without any brake lights, slowed down to make a left turn into a construction zone. Thankfully, nobody was injured in the collision. Christ told us that repairing his Nissan Maxima is estimated to cost over $7,000 and take anywhere from 4 to 7 weeks. Pedro was en route to a medical appointment when he noticed another driver coming the other way. There was only one problem with that: this is a one-way street. Pedro stopped to give the other driver an opportunity to make a three-point turn, but instead, she just kept backing up while swerving back and forth across the road. Pedro didn't dare pass her for fear she would sideswipe his car. Once it was safe, he did finally pass her, but he said that he saw in his rearview mirror that she just stopped and turned on her hazard lamps, still facing the wrong way. He still has no idea what the issue was. Ethan was driving his Dodge Dart down a highway one night when a motorcyclist on the shoulder ahead suddenly made a U-turn right in front of him. Ethan had to slam on his brakes to avoid colliding with the bike. Hopefully, the passenger gave the biker a piece of their mind after that close call. Ethan told us our channel inspired him to buy the dashcam we recommend. If you like the quality of this footage, you'll find an exclusive discount for our fans down in the video description, so you can get one for your ride. Brett was on his way to work when he was forced to slow down for backed up traffic, but the driver of the Ford pickup following behind his Chevy Silverado evidently wasn't paying attention. Brett tried to steer away from the car ahead of him as soon as he realized he was about to get rear-ended, but this action wasn't successful, and his Silverado was shoved into the back of the blue Toyota. When police arrived, he was hopeful they'd at least write the Ford driver a ticket, but he told us they did absolutely nothing. When the estimate to repair his pickup climbed above $29,000, the insurance company totaled it. Thankfully, Brett wasn't injured in the collision, and his 2019 Silverado has since been replaced with a 2020. He told us he's watched every Wham Bam episode, so it sounds like he's satisfied. Kyle was leaving a parking lot in Ontario when his Hyundai Elantra was suddenly attacked by the cart demon. While the cart did manage to clip the side of Kyle's Hyundai, he was able to verify in his rearview mirror that someone else returning their own cart grabbed it and returned it to the corral. Kyle had this message for our viewers: return your carts. It's a tiny bit of effort for you, but extremely helpful for everyone else. This subscriber was giving her fiance a ride from his house to hers in near whiteout conditions, and she told us nearly everyone, herself included, was driving at 10 to 15 miles per hour below the speed limit for safety.
Oh my god. 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 That was
Suddenly, a gray sedan in the passing lane lost control and slammed into the snowbank on the side of the highway, throwing up a huge cloud of snow and prompting our subscriber to slow down even more. Our subscriber called 911 to report the incident, and the emergency operator told her it had already been reported. Jessica was making a protected left turn through an intersection when the driver of an oncoming SUV, who had a red light, made an improper right on red, nearly colliding with Jessica's Mazda CX-5. That right on red was improper for two reasons. First, the other driver never stopped before turning, which is required. And second, anyone making a right on red must yield to other traffic, which they definitely didn't. Jessica told us she had her 16-month-old daughter in her SUV at the time, and experiencing this close call was not a great way to start Valentine's Day. Andrew was on his way to lunch in his Ford F-250. While driving in a lane that allows traffic to turn right or continue straight, Andrew turned. But the driver of a car who should have turned decided to go straight, cutting in front of Andrew's pickup and causing a collision. Andrew told us he locked up his brakes, but he couldn't avoid hitting the Nissan Sentra. Andrew made sure the other driver was okay before they moved both vehicles off the road. When police arrived, they cited the Nissan driver for failing to maintain her lane. The collision did $1,800 in damage to Andrew's pickup, and he told us an estimate of $2,300 or more would have resulted in the insurance company totaling it. Joey was on his way to lunch when he witnessed a Tesla behaving badly. Watch what this Tesla driver did to beat traffic not once, but twice.
That Tesla man can't drive. That Tesla man can't drive.
Evidently, the Tesla driver had somewhere so important to go, it justified passing multiple drivers over double yellow lines and endangering the lives of everyone, including their own, in the process. Nicole was making her way through San Antonio traffic when she watched the driver of a lifted pickup blindly merge into a lane already containing another pickup. I'm guessing that pit maneuvering their own truck and slamming into the guardrail wasn't exactly what the pickup driver was trying to do. But I've been wrong once before. When she reviewed this footage, Nicole made a discovery. Her dash cam was angled way down from where she'd originally positioned it, which caused her to capture mostly her own dash and hood. She wanted to remind everyone to double-check your dash cam angle regularly. This subscriber was driving at about 75 miles per hour in a 70 mile per hour zone when he changed lanes to get around a slow-moving pickup, immediately revealing an Infiniti SUV nearly stopped in the lane. The SUV driver was crawling along while forcing their way into off-ramp traffic. Only by slamming on his brakes and swerving was our subscriber able to thread the needle and avoid colliding with it. Scott was driving his Mitsubishi Lancer in Atlanta when he mistakenly pressed his accelerator instead of his brake pedal after changing lanes, resulting in a rear-end collision. After the fender bender, Scott and the other driver pulled into a parking lot to exchange information. Thankfully, neither was injured. When police arrived, Scott explained what happened, taking responsibility for his mistake. An officer then wrote him a citation for following too closely, which sounds like something we think he should fight. There's a difference between intentionally tailgating someone and your foot hitting the wrong pedal, right? This subscriber was following behind an RV when a strap securing totes to the back snapped as it went over a bump, sending one of the totes toppling onto the highway. Our subscriber managed to avoid the tote while letting the busted strap pass between the wheels of his Ram 3500. He did his best to catch up to the RV and alert the driver to what had happened, but another motorist beat him to it. Emily had left her Mazda CX-5 parked on a Pennsylvania street when the driver of a Kia Soul clipped it as they drove by. Undeterred by the collision, the Kia driver kept right on going without so much as tapping the brakes. Thankfully, Emily's dashcam is equipped with parking mode, and she was able to provide the video evidence to the police. They used the license plate number clearly visible in the footage to locate the driver, and Emily was able to file a claim with her insurance provider. Emily's now waiting to hear back from them. Nathan was late on his way to class, and with a wide open road ahead, he decided to floor it a bit just to have some fun. After getting up to 75 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone, he quickly found out why this was a bad idea. When another driver with her phone to her ear ran straight through a stop sign, Nathan had to slam on his brakes and swerve hard to avoid T-boning her SUV. Never trust a turn signal.
What the
Justice was on her way back to Maryland when the driver of a car ahead of her signaled to get into the left turn lane, but then didn't. At least, not until Justice had pulled up alongside him. That was just the beginning of a scary situation, though. Two men got out of the Toyota, and when Justice asked for their insurance information, they refused and accused her of causing the collision. Being a 19-year-old woman all alone at 9:30 at night, Justice decided to call 911 and lock herself in her car. She proceeded to call 911 3 times during the next 2 hours. Each time, the emergency operator refused to provide an ETA for when an officer could respond, even though the police station was less than a mile away. Meanwhile, the driver of the Solera became increasingly agitated. Even though she told him about her dashcam, he still refused to provide his insurance information, which is not how it works. If you're involved in a collision, you have to provide your information no matter who's at fault. When a Harrisburg police officer finally responded over 2 hours later, he told the Toyota driver to give Justice his information, then drove away before he'd even gotten out of his car. So much for serve and protect. If you thought those other drivers were reckless, wait until you see how fast Steve drove his Ford F-150 past a radar sign, and in a school zone no less. Shame on you, Steve, but also, I'm impressed. I had no idea an F-150 could go 188 miles per hour. We're sure you're tired of watching Wham Bam videos by now, but if you're crazy enough to want more, then these are the episodes you'll enjoy the most. Just promise us you'll take a break eventually, okay? Go touch grass.
Wham, bam, we got a Patreon, man. Please support the show.